Very often people think that, okay, if I'm doing something good now, maybe in next life I will have something good. No? Or if you're doing something bad in this life, next life you will have something bad in your life. But karma doesn't work in that way. Now, when would that karma fit into? When would you have enough karma, enough punya to meet the Lord Himself? It doesn't happen in one day to the other. So it happened through many lives, accumulation of lives and lives of punya. Then you have that chance to meet an avatar, you know. So it's not happening just like that. Who was Shabari in her previous lives? You see, for sure she have, like I said, great merits. Firstly, great merits to realize from a such young age itself that she have this longing to serve her guru. No? Because that you don't have in every life, you know. So who, nowadays you see, everybody, you have gurus you can have a books, I want to follow this one today, I want to follow that one today, I want to follow that one the next day. But that it don't lead you anywhere. Shabari also had this deep longing to serve her guru. When she left in the midst of her wedding, she ran away, just to avoid that the animal being killed in her honor, because she was a princess from a tribe. So in that, she didn't want that for her happiness, that thousands of innocent animal being killed. So she ran away. But run away to what? She wasn't British. She had everything in her life. But she ran away because she knew that will not make me happy. This world will not make me happy. So what will make me truly happy is to find true happiness. So who can truly give me true happiness is to surrender to the feet of the Master. That was in her mind. And this is the most beautiful story itself. Why you don't remember all the stories from previous of Shabari's lives? Because that was the point where she have accumulated enough punya to meet Lord Rama. But that happened through the grace of Shri Matang. So then you know the story of Shabari, when she went around in many ashram searching for her guru. Searching, but no one wanted to take her because she come from a lower caste. And also, above all, she was a princess who have run away. So they all were scared what will happen to us the moment the father find out. So that's why she went. And the one rishi called Matang, she took her. So it's not about knowing the past lives of any great saints. You see, the stories of the saints, what they lived, the connection, the relationship with God, that's what you have to remember. It's not about a beautiful story. There's many beautiful, wonderful stories, but not every beautiful stories inspired you to love God, no? Many of the young people, they like only fancy stories, love stories. Does it change anything inside of them? It doesn't change anything. You're reading one novel to the other. You're filling your bookshelf with novel. All of you have done it. Huh? All of you have been in that dream world thinking, yes, the Prince Charming will come on a white horse and free you. Huh? That have make you grow spiritually? No, yeah, it didn't. But a simple story of a saint inspired you more than anything. And such is the story of Shabari also. So just to call it a beautiful story, yes, it's beautiful for the mind, doesn't mean anything. What does she inspire you inside of you? What does she give you? What change does she bring to you, that story? That's what is important. Who she was in how many lives, who cares about it? It don't change anything. Because where that's bring her to the feet of Lord Rama, all of these lives which she have had before, it doesn't matter. That life when she was at the feet of her master and Lord Rama, that what is the most important thing. That's why this story it is in the Bhagavatam now. That's why Lord Rama went to her. Because remember, when what happened now, when the lake become red, blood red, nobody was able to change back. Even Lord Rama himself went inside and bath, goggle, and everything. Nothing happened. But just the dust of the feet of Shabari, the dust, when she was running to meet Rama, the moment they said, Rama is calling you, just the dust from her feet felt into the lake. The lake was purified completely. How great is that? If that don't inspire you, even her millions of life will not inspire you. That relationship, even when she asked, Lord Rama said, okay, I will give you any boons. Ask for anything. I will give you. Yeah, that she could have asked, I want to be in heaven. I want to be with you. No? What did she ask? Please, I want to be with my Gurudev. That was her answer. Nothing else. Even she was so pleased to meet Lord Rama, there in person. But that was not her aim. Her aim was to be where her Guru is. When the Guru died, she also wanted to die. The Gurudev said, no, you have to meet the Lord in person. She asked, let me be with you. They said, no, where I'm going, you can't. Your dharma is different. Your duty is different. So what duty did Rishi Matang saw inside of her? Is to bring this, this inspiring story of Shabari. The surrender, how she was surrendered to her Guru. And how she was fully absorbed into what her Gurudev told her. Nothing else. Her mind was not jumping around. Said, poor old men have left me alone here. I have to look after everything. No? That's what most of the people will say. But no. She served every day the same way when her Gurudev was alive. Until she had the grace of meet Lord Rama at the final, when she was super old. Remember the beautiful story when she was eating, biting into the fruits and give it to Rama. One tooth only she had. And with that one tooth she will bite, taste the fruit. If it was sweet, then she will give it to Rama. That shows that how she wanted the best for the Lord. That's what you have to give. Always the best in service to Him. Not the leftover, not the thing, if I have something, then what is left, then I will. use it for service afterwards. Now, very often people think like that, that okay, first I will look what is beneficial for myself. Afterwards, what is left over, then I will use it for service or to help somebody or to do something. No, he said always the best you should give to God. That's what she was doing. That's what is important. That story of Shabari is so beautiful in itself. Why you have to bother of who she was in the past life? So it's in the same thing with human life. You're bothered about your past life, thinking by knowing your past life, you will know about your life. This life will be wonderful, isn't it? No, it will not. Because the punya that you're having now in this life, it could be that punya you have worked for many lives. Maybe your last life was not that good, but previous to that was wonderful. Have balance itself. So due to that, you're on the spiritual path. So knowing one past life doesn't mean much. But how you make this life, what you make with this life itself, that's what is important. It will not profit you. So the now is important. What you want to be, what you do with this life.